you so much.
December 2nd for 2024. The 2nd December 2024.
Okay. Hello, Biafrans. The United States of Biafra.
Yes.
We made it. We made it. Welcome, His Excellency.
Thank you.
All right, today we are going to sign the treaty between the United States of Biafra and the Eritrean government in exile. As you all are aware, we got a couple of countries that have been recognizing the United States of Biafra for the past 2 days, and we are very, very grateful for that. Yes. We have so many congressmen from the United States that have approved and recognized the United States of Biafra. Yes. We have the Ambazonia government that have recognized the United States of Biafra. And many more are on the line. We are speaking with some of them, like our guest speaker that spoke yesterday has said he thinks United States may be number 3. So I'm going to read this treaty of cooperation and mutual support and recognition between the transitional of exile and the United States of Biafra. We recognize the shared historical struggles of the Eritrean and indigenous people, self-determination, justice, and sovereignty, inherent right of our peoples, the nation, the nations. The Eritrean government have agreed to the following: recognition and mutual respect. Parties shall recognize each other as representatives of education, science and technology, culture and social affairs. The parties shall support
the audio is having an issue. I don't know why. All right, we are back again on the video reaction. This program will interest you, and I want you to give me your time, give me your ear while we go through it. Please, but before then, please like the video and share it. Very, very, very important. Like it and share it. We are going to, as according to what you have on the title here, we will do justice to this same issue. Who declared Biafra? Because I saw some people are still battling with that, and Eggman is busy trying to twist words. So because of the problem we are having with audio, I have to start, I have to go straight to the program, because I wanted to play this video here, which is USB government declared signing treaty with the Eritrean government. And that is what nations do. If COS is not the leader or the head, how is it possible that why is it possible that she's the one to sign those documents? Where was Ogenkere? Where was Ogenkere? Where was Imam Madabo? Where was Bright Lokoma, whom they claim that he is the one that declared Biafra for reading grievances? So please do me a favor by making sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel in case if you're new. We are going straight to the program, but I want to share it first. Please, you yourself can as well do the same. Today is Sunday, and Sunday program is somehow to me. I don't know about you, but before then, please, like I said, share the program. And the owner of the platform have refused to share updates. like notification. As I'm talking to you now, I'm checking my phone. I couldn't see any notification. So maybe few of you receive notification, but not everybody receive notification. Okay, so please make sure you share it and make sure you like the video. Just a moment. Let me share it first to our WhatsApp group. So those in the WhatsApp may know that we are live at this moment. I did not receive any notification from my end. I don't know about you. We have Seth. Seth is here with us, and Rosemary is here. Rosemary O, and Gift Okeke, Judith Nkechi, and Tony Wobodo. These are people that are here with us at this point, and we have 20 something people watching. Maybe I don't know if they have sent the notification. I still don't receive any notification from my end. That is the need of that WhatsApp. So if you're not in our WhatsApp, please make sure you join us. And if you don't know how to join, let me know, then I'll send the link to you so that you yourself can join. And here is the program. Let me share it first. You also can, if you are here, please put your comments so I will know that you are here before I go straight to the program. Because if I go to the program now, I don't think I will still come back to comment section to recognize you or to appreciate you like that. You know what I mean? Because there won't be time for that. We're live. All right, and Dennis is here. Okay, Ezine Perpetua is here. Pius, I see you. Pius Esther is here. Blessing Chuku, thank you so much for joining me. And we have 39 people at this point in time. Please like the video, hit like button. That's another way to let them know that we are live. Hit like button, very, very important. Okay, hit the like button, hit the like button. Fred, I see you, Fred. Okay, now let me bring this Ajere program. Okay, let me bring his program where he misyaned. He says something that we need to talk about. Okay, not this one yet. Truth must be told is here with us. Chiwado Emmanuel. Chikwado Emmanuel. I see you, Chikwado. And Inner Drive. Kingsley. I see all of you on the comment. Keep the comment coming. I am trying to share. Here we go. Now, I've gotten that. Okay, this is Eggman. All right. Remember the topic. Eggman exposed his lies again. Who declared Biafra in Finland explained. And that is what we are going to do now. So I want you to pay close attention to Eggman way of bringing falsehood to his followers. Listen.
So I want to take us back to Lati in Finland. I want to take us back to Lati in Finland, and I will make it a bigger one like this so that you will enjoy it. Please call everyone you know. Let them come and hear from the mouth of the man who declared Biafra.
Okay.
This is the man who declared Biafra.
Pay attention.
Let me bring you the day the man who declared Biafra. And it is out of the obedience and love for PM that he stood still on that podium on that day to read this declaration and to declare Biafra. Because
until now, I have not received any single notification from owner of this platform. And that is just to prove to you the importance of that our WhatsApp group. Please follow that WhatsApp group. Very, very, very important. We have some people there, very visible people are there. And the rules is that you don't, if you join, don't share link of anybody or less link that has to do with, you know, even or something like that. But for now, let us mind the program that you are here for. Please like the video in case you have not, and hear the Eggman
of Final Eggman and everything that we believe. If it were from Gozora Fulani and what she wanted to do, we would have spit on her face and we would have left her, and then she would have rejoiced that she has succeeded to destroy everything about that declaration. But we did not allow her because the declaration was on the 2nd of December. The shameless, psychopath, pathetic woman shifted it forward to 29, the very first day. The declaration was read on that day because so the man you're about to listen to is DK Cobb, because Odogu trusted them and believed in them. If you look on my DP, you will see them, the squad, Odogu Jabamba. I bring to you Dr. Bryson Okoma.
Before then, please let me quickly, send the WhatsApp group to some of you that have not joined. Honestly, you need to, because if not that WhatsApp group now, many people wouldn't have it here. Okay, that is where we drop the link. So from time to time, once the link is shared there, many people will see it. We have almost, I don't even know how many we are there. Let me check first. So I will not, let me see how many people do we have there at this point in time. Okay, we have 97 people in that WhatsApp group. 97 at this point. So I know from maybe later, this time it will get to 100 and 100 plus or even 200, because I said it here that I prefer to have genuine people in that WhatsApp group, not they come today, come tomorrow. So in that WhatsApp group, we have people there. Please join us by following this link. And as you are joining us here on this live program, I expect you to make sure you hit the like button. Very, very, very important. Now, this is the WhatsApp group. This is the WhatsApp group. So let me pin it in anyway. Let me just pin it so that any of you that is not in the WhatsApp group, please follow this WhatsApp group. Join us there, and you will be receiving updates on how we are going when we are live. The video will be shared there. You don't need to search. Just all you need to do is to just tap the link that will be dropped there, and you are here instantly to contribute your own. So I have pinned this WhatsApp group here. Somebody says almost 100. Yes, it's almost 100 there. It's almost 100. So, and we are more. I know some people have not received this information. I know from with time it will get to that number that we expect. All right, let's go back to the WhatsApp have been shared. In case if you have not joined that, if you are not in that WhatsApp group, please be there. That is why we have people that are here watching now, because sometimes the owner of the platform and sometimes they're trying to do not because of what you do. I don't know how the platform works. I'm not an expert here. I just felt like to use YouTube to broadcast, and they allowed me, and I'm grateful. All right, unlike Facebook kicked me out. I have almost 9,000 followers there, as of early this year, when they kicked him out on Facebook, I just woke up and everything was deleted, including my my Facebook group. Everything they flushed it away. I tried to open another one, they know they kick me out. So without only offense, I'm surprised that many people talking about Biafra are having their own platform. I don't know if because of my IP or anything, I don't know, but that's the story for another day. That's not what we are here. And let's go back. The intention of the program is to remind you the lies. One, the lies of Eggman. Two, to expose his serpentine tongues, twist tongue, double tongue. Very, very bad. And another thing is to let us know, let us deep, let us just dig deep to find out truly who declared Biafra. Not everybody speaking grammar is somehow, brushed academically. Some of us are struggling even to reason proper. Now, one my family is okay? Like somebody who know how to speak Japanese language, Russian language, German language, Chinese language. That does it mean that person is educated or intelligent? I don't think so. Wisdom is different from education. Let me just put it out there. But here why. Pay attention. He started by telling you about, trying to glorify the name Bright Nokoma. I hope I pronounce his name well, which is the man that are going to hear his voice reading the grievances. Okay, but we are going to digest everything here on this live broadcast. That is why your presence means a lot and your ear is needed. We're not open ever, but I want people that can pick point. Very, very important. Now listen.
Let's go to Latin Finland.
All right. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Thank you, COS. Now we call on Honorable Dr. Bryson Okeoma to read the declaration document.
Bryson, okay. To read declaration document. Hear it again.
Because
No.
because
No, I want her to repeat. I want her to repeat it again.
Honorable Dr. Bryson Okeoma
to read
the declaration document.
Not to declare Biafra. To read declaration document, not to declare Biafra. Hold that number one. Okay, let's continue because Eggman this is why. Remember, this is my own mantra that anybody that claims he's a freedom fighter, he's an activist, which none of them I am not. I am not an activist. I am not a freedom fighter. I will only to analyze things on social media and to expose lies behind those parading themselves that they are a freedom fighter, they are activist, they are agitator, they are white and whiter than snow. Copying mass Americans who have sacrificed a lot. This is what we do here to expose those lies. For you to know who to follow and the words that you need to beacon your idea and your trust on. Here is Eggman lies exposed. I know he will not be happy with this, but it doesn't matter. He's not my enemy. Please let me put it out there as well. He's not my enemy. I don't have any enemy. But if you think that you're my enemy, you are not my enemy. Rather, you are enemy of the truth. Okay? They are not the same thing. I have no business with any of them, even though they get it. But can we be truthful to ourselves? The woman here is a professor. What is her name? Somebody should remind me her name. This lady, she's popular, and that is the wife of the man. She's just introducing her husband. All right. Now, hear the story. She made it clear that the man is coming to read declaration document, not coming to the Biafra stand up as we declare Biafra. No. He gave you the division of what he's coming to do, and everything was mentioned. Yet, Eggman, Choma, God bless you, precious. I was trying to see Choma, that's her name. Choma, thank you so much. Okoma, Choma Okoma. Now listen. This is from Eggman. I cannot skip this.
It's projected, right? And I read on the screen. You want the screen?
Now there are kind of a little delay here. So while we are waiting for that, let me elaborate. Let me just talk more on the issue. All right, because the intention of Eggman is to portray the idea that COS offered nothing. That these people demand that this man here you are seeing on the screen, that he is the one that declared Biafra, because today he is now in this, they are now together in the fourth deep republic. So for Eggman to deceive his own followers, people who may have not known what happened in Finland or may not have the chance to watch different the videos and have the idea of what actually transpired in Finland, for them to somehow believe that this man is the one that declared Biafra, that COS is just on her own ranting, that COS represents nobody, that that is the idea, and that COS forced the date on them, that everything was written and declared on 2nd of December. That is what they were preaching to their followers in fallback republic before he became to non-4 deep or CRC republic. You know the story. But let me remind you that even the day that this man he claimed that declared Biafra to him, read this thing that you are about to hear now, took place on 29th, not on 2nd of December. So that is number one. But despite them claiming that this man is the one that declared Biafra, they still refuse to even preach to their followers that the man actually read this thing on 29th, not on 2nd. How about that? Because they can lie with anything just to change this narrative, just to push wrong narrative, just to deceive their followers. The question you should ask yourself is, what do they actually intend to gain by taking this route? What is Eggman actually want to gain? What exactly? What exactly? Now, he's still, struggling with the projector or anything. Let me skip it a little bit so that will make more sense. Let me skip it by myself. So let's start from here.
Our Prime Minister.
Now, pay attention here. Let me see if I can zoom this document so that you will see the date written there. The date says, just a moment. Now, take a look. Is it? No. Wait. I'm trying to zoom the document. How will I get my picture out from here? Okay, here you go. It's still very tiny. It's still very tiny. I don't think you were able to see it. Let me see here. Let me zoom it from here and see. Is it okay? Can you read it? The headline. I just want you to see that it's written, the document here is written December 2nd. Okay? December 2nd. Meaning that is what the declaration committee, what they prepared ahead of the date, right? That the date was here. But because of the circumstances that surround the whole thing, they had no other option. CS had no other option. And of course, I believe she did not do it, do that on her own. She had no other option than to call on maybe the declaration committee to do the needful by approving this date 29th. Even if she did it on her own, she have the right because she's the leader. Now, let us hear from the Mr. Okoma himself and see what he just hear him, because I don't know how to explain it, because I'm sharing the screen from X. All right, from X. Or let me see again. Is it possible for me to? Is there any way I can expand it more? Just a moment. Okay. No. It has gone back. So if you take closer look at the name here, you will see that it's written 2nd of December. Okay. Now back to base. Let's go back to the normal view. Let's go back to normal view. Normal the way it was. Okay. Let's go. Let's manage it this way. Now hear him. Everything. What is going on? No.
Biafra Republic government in exile, Biafra de facto government in the homeland, and the delegates from across the world representing the constituent states of the United States of Biafra, who collectively and individually advocate for self-preservation of our people in the face of unrivaled genocidal onslaught by Nigeria government against our people in Nigeria and the 40 states of the United States of Biafra, have gathered here in Lahti, Finland, this day, November 29, 2024, to make the following declarations.
Did you hear the name, the date? Did you capture the date he mentioned? This is I just want to bury this lie that Biafra was declared on second, not even on because on second there's claim that on second that's when they signed documents. You see, liars can never change.
The United States of Biafra have gathered here in Lahti, Finland, this day, November 29, 2024, to make the following declarations. Whereas we have endured political marginalization, economic deprivation, periodic massacre of Biafra people within Biafra land and across Nigeria since the 1914 amalgamation and creation of Nigeria. Whereas we have endured all this in hope that one day things would be better. Even the initial declaration of an independent state of Biafra and the 13-month civil war in which more than 5 million of our compatriots perished was not enough to steer Nigeria towards that elusive, inclusive, and prosperous future. Rather, despite its false claim of no victor, no vanquished, and false promises of the Triple R, which refers to reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reconstruction, the Nigeria government constantly pursued a winner-takes-it-all policy discernibly reflective of a master-slave relationship. We have endured all this with so much reluctance to complain. We have resorted to self-help and strived to provide for ourselves
basic necessities of life that ordinarily governments across the world provide for their citizens. We have carried on in the face of unimaginable hardship until our very existence became threatened beyond human tolerance limits. In 1999, we started nonviolent agitation with flags. Instead of sending negotiators to address our agitation, the Nigerian government resorted to systematic killings of our people, aiming to exterminate all the agitators and killing tens of thousands of Biafrans in the process, and harvesting the organs of thousands of those they abducted. Nigeria government intensified its widespread massacre of Biafra people under the Fulani-controlled government of Muhammadu Buhari in 2015, and has continued since then. Our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu escaped assassination when Nigeria military invaded his home on September 17, 2017. An invasion that led 3 years later, Nigeria went as far as abducting our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and renditioning him to Nigeria in June 2021, and has detained him in solitary confinement for more than 3 years now, despite 2 Nigeria court judgments and a United Nations work group on arbitrary detention mandating his release with compensation. These ongoing brutalities against our people serve as frequent reminder that the war that supposedly ended in 1970 never really ended. In response to the various shades of existential threats Nigeria is presenting to the people of Biafra in act of the natural law of self-defense and consistent with the United Nations and African Union charters on people's right to self-defense, we started carrying arms officially in 2022.
All these things that this man is reading here is called grievances. What triggered you to declare Biafra, not how you declare a nation. You have to mention all those things to the world. You have to lay background of your declaration. You have to follow this thing that he's saying here, which is called grievances. The reason why you think is gotten to your neck, that the more you delay, the more the thing will swallow you. This is what we have been through. This is what we are going through, and you need to live, and let's live. This is what Eggman and Ogenkere team up. And some of them, those myopic people, start claiming that this is declaration of Biafra, that he is the one that declared it. Not only that, they have been struggling to twist this notion that Biafra was declared on 29. They don't like it. On attempt to write off COS, nothing more. It doesn't matter. To them, it's a taboo. Yes, they will turn around and start preaching to you how to join hands together. You need to come unite. Biafra, let us unite. Then you turn around and scatter. I don't understand this people. Hear him, please.
Now, therefore, to protect ourselves from government-sponsored violence, we have reached an incontrovertible conclusion that self-determination and self-governance are the only viable permanent solutions against ongoing violence orchestrated by the Nigerian state against the indigenous people of Biafra, and both give us state power. to protect ourselves from external aggression, such as invasion by Fulanis from other countries, which Nigeria is not preventing but facilitating. On the basis of these and many more grievances listed hereunder, and knowing fully well that we are a group of people confronting several extenuating circumstances that collectively make our people an endangered species, and knowing fully well that the only means for our collective survival is self-preservation and self-determination, we are taking these steps to declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra, also known as the Confederating States of Biafra. On the basis of these and many more grievances listed hereunder, and knowing fully well that we are a group of people confronting several extenuating circumstances that collectively make our people an endangered species, and knowing fully well that the only means for our collective survival is self-preservation and self-determination, we are taking these steps to declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra, also known as the Confederating States of Biafra.
But at the hear I will repeat it like 2 or 3 times. Some idiots will come and tell you, that's a single-handedly came to declare Biafra, to declare Biafra. Go. Hope you are hearing it. I will repeat it again. Because Biafrans, they heard it when he made that declaration. And they knew this is what they were waiting for. Immediately said it, everywhere rise up in applause.
Circumstances that collectively make our people
Okay, if you can Eggman straight twist here. I don't know with our phone. Male version of why he's such. So reading this and what he said now to you now is declaration of Biafra. This is part of declaration. I'm not going to dispute that. But does it mean that he declared Biafra? The answer is no. He watered the declaration ground with the grievances, so that by the time the Biafra will be declared, you don't need to ask why. Again, because we have a lot of shit to discuss about this. Just pay attention.
And knowing fully well that the only means for our collective survival is self-preservation and self-determination, we are taking these steps to declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra, also known as the Confederating States of Biafra. And knowing fully well that the only means for our collective survival is self-preservation and self-determination, we are taking these steps to declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra.
Now, keep on noting the choice of words. How this, our brother that read that grievances, how he presented it, okay? Just see the format, everything, which is okay about from angle of, reading the grievances. He did a very perfect, wonderful job. But people who have ulterior motive, they start to, run with it to deceive people, to just change the narrative. Since that very day that Eggman and Parawa jumped out of social media, began to yap nonsense about, they stop fundraising. Because of the they don't want men on ground to buy of hunger. They not only started with that, they started twisting everything. Just to change this thing that we witnessed with our naked eyes. We watched it, we saw it, we know what happened. Then we are going to also go to 1967 when Ojukwu declared the first one. Whether this is how Ojukwu declared it, we are going to compare it. And we will go to Google to ask some questions. And by the time we finish, you understand what when I said that this the sleeper wake up and lie, you will understand it. You understand it. Pay attention. Eggman,
known as the Confederating States of Biafra.
Because some people have clear problems. I want to repeat the brain the last time. Let me repeat.
Now, as they're doing this, people here are happy because it is part of it. Eggman want to tell you that the reason why they shouted was because that is the moment it was declared. We are going to also watch when CS did it, and you cannot compare on your own. Like I always tell you, I don't have right to dictate for anybody.
Ambition and self-determination, we are taking these steps to declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra. And knowing fully well that the only means for our collective survival is self-preservation and self-determination, we are taking these steps to declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra.
We are taking this step. We are taking this step to declare the independence of Biafra, United States of Biafra. Not I hereby declare. They are not the same thing. I hereby declare. I'm just saying, like I said, it is part of it too. Don't write this one off. I'm not saying what he did here is nothing. No, I'm not like Eggman. Because I'm saying what I'm saying without any sentiment. I just want to be real so that people who also want to learn or who want to hear the truth will capture it very, very fast. Watch.
Knowing fully well that the only means for our collective survival is self-preservation and self-determination, we are taking these steps to declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra, also known as the Confederating States of Biafra. Before independence in 1960, population distribution in Nigeria conformed to global trends, in which population centers are in lower elevation regions with better climate and easy access to water, food, and shelter. In 1960, Nigeria was comprised of 3 supposedly equal regions: North with 14 provinces, East with 12 provinces, and West with 9 provinces. This meant that the North had 14 provinces while the South had 21 provinces. However, after independence, and with political power in the hands of unscrupulous elements from the North, the geopolitical distortion began in the most senseless manners. Nigeria became a country where human settlements violated laws of nature, with outrageous claims that more people live in the hot, arid north than the mild coastal south. Gradual and arbitrary creation of states by mainly military leaders from the north over the years resulted in the north today having 19 states and 414 local government areas, while the south has 17 states and 355 local government areas. This distortion in the geopolitical structure of Nigeria has been used to politically and economically marginalize the people of Biafra. Because the number of states and local governments are directly used for political representation and revenue allocation to the disadvantage of the South, even though as much as 90% of the resources sustaining Nigeria come from oil and gas resources in Biafra land. Distortions in geopolitical structure, resource control, religious incompatibility, and a larger ambition by the Fulani oligarchy to make Nigeria a Fulani country are at the core of instability and insecurity in Nigeria. And all avenues by indigenous people to seek redress have been made brute force. Such brute force has resulted in military invasion of numerous communities in Biafra land and indiscriminate killings of people in those communities at genocidal scale. For example, Section 1 of the Biafra Declaration Handbook captures several of the Nigeria government-sponsored killings in the hinterland of the United States of Biafra, also called the Southeast, as well as the South-South. Notably, Ezu River massacre under Governor Peter Obi, Onisha Mpo massacre under Governor Obiano, Obaru massacres under Governor Soludo, Obibo massacre under Governor Wike, Ohafia and Aba massacres, including 150 youths praying at Ngwa High School, and another hundreds of innocent Biafrans on a parade in Aba, as well as the invasion of Mazen Nandekanu's home that left at least 28 people dead under Governor Ibazo. Also, widespread Ebonyi massacres under Governor Umahi, widespread Enugu massacres under Governor Ugwanye, widespread Imo massacres, including repeated invasions of Izombe, Oro, Osu, under Governor Zodema. Nigeria terrorist forces also unleashed mayhem and killed hundreds of Biafrans who were celebrating in Port Harcourt Donald Trump's victory in the 2016 US presidential election. In all these, tens of thousands of Biafrans have been killed. But the coastal regions of Biafra have also not been spared in these killings, and more than 4,000 people were killed between 1999 and 2024. In particular, Ode massacre in 1999, Parliament massacres in 1999, and ongoing Ozoro Ole massacres 1999, 2003, Uweru massacres 2021 to 2023, Okuama massacre 2024, Olodiama massacre 2024, and not to forget one of the worst recorded massacres in human history in Asaba, 1967-70. Also, the eastern flank of Biafra, covering former Cross River and Akwa Ibom states, has its record of Nigeria government-sponsored killings, including in 2021 when Nigeria military invaded the following communities with substantial loss of lives: Afahad, Ekot Apan,
That I hear President
Ekot Afanga, Ntok Nsek, Ekot Upon Eto, Ekot Otu, Ekot Obok, Ntak Ekot Akan, and some other communities. Since after the 2021 invasion, the military has maintained presence there and are frequently abducting people, killing them, harvesting their organs, snatching people's wives, and raping our women. They maintain checkpoints where travelers must disembark from their vehicles with arms raised while passing the checkpoint on foot. This pattern of military and police intimidation is commonplace in the whole of Biafra land. It beats our imagination how people's lives can be devalued this much in one's native country. In contrast, there has never been military invasion of communities in northern Nigeria, just as there are rarely communal clashes in the north, unlike the south. Because of Nigeria government's divide and rule strategy in the south, several communities are separated from historical alliances and forced into new ones, often with poorly defined boundaries. Such machinations by the Nigeria government have been responsible for the spate of boundary-inspired communal clashes in Biafra land, which is relatively absent in the north. The United States of Biafra will reunite communities along natural and historical boundaries and bring an end to boundary disputes. Aside from killings directly conducted by Nigeria government, various Fulani-affiliated terrorist groups such as Boko Haram, ISWAP, Fulani herdsmen, in their desire to displace indigenous people and take over their lands, are invading communities and slaughtering them in a scale never seen before. For example, many Fulani installed kings and political appointees forcefully seize indigenous people's lands and transfer the lands to Fulani. The Oba of Benin is reported to have sold in 3 years 1,200 acres of land to Aligoke Dangote, and Dangote trucks are used to ship in Fulani terrorists into these lands, from where the Fulanis operate and unleash terror in the neighboring communities and the entire coastal region, especially in Eka State, former Delta State, where the kidnappers in Eka land come from Benin, former Edo State. The Fulani terrorists and kidnappers in Abovo County reportedly will make you cook for the terrorists, and have you watch them rape your wife in order to spare your life. And you have to pay 5 million naira for them to release your wife to you. Furthermore, kidnapping and rape by Fulani herdsmen in several communities in Delta State like Ibide and Avre in Isoko have been reported. Such attacks have contributed to farmers not being able to access their net lands, resulting in widespread hunger and poverty. Repeated attacks by Fulani terrorists and killer herdsmen in 2001, 2010, and 2023, and early part of 2024 in Uweru Kingdom in Urobo Isoko led to over 200 persons losing their lives. In the eastern flank of the United States of Biafra, Fulani terrorists are operating unchallenged as they have established terrorist cells at Obanliku, Obudu, Umaji, Ogoja, Akampa, Mbak, which they rename Nasarawa, Bogobri, where they sell human parts of those they killed, particularly those that are unable to pay ransoms. Often the military is accused of complicity or in the minimum unwilling to prevent or stop these atrocities from happening. It was on the account of this that General T.Y. Danjuma famously said that the military colludes with the invading terrorists, and that if we wait for the military to protect us, we would all die. And he consequently asked in indigenous people to explore opportunities for self-defense. And that's what we are doing. We are not committing terrorism. Rather, we are defending ourselves against terrorism. And Mazen Nandekano is not inciting violence and is not committing terrorism. Rather, he was sensitizing his people against terrorist threats.
Okay.
In the same vein, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is not committing terrorism. Rather, he is defending his people against terrorism. In the same vein, our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is not committing terrorism. Rather, he is defending his people against terrorism. Terrorism. In the same vein, because of that, we are hell-bent defending ourselves against terrorism, including against Britain. Okay? BBC interviewed Ahmadu Bello in 1964. And if you listen to that interview, you will see that Nigeria was never one country. And Britain forcing us to be in the same country is exercising futility. Since the April 14, 2014 abduction of the Chibok girls and Nigeria government's refusal to rescue the girls, Boko Haram and other Fulani invaders have acted with so much impunity, leaving extreme savagery in their trail. October 30, 2024, the press reports that Fulani invaders have taken over the largest Nigerian military training camp in the north. There is no word yet from the government. Even the blind can see the game plan. As Nigeria deployed its military down south, foreign invaders overrun the north. The entirety of the Confederating States of Biafra have come to the realization that without state autonomy, it is impossible for us to exercise full control over our land, which makes it easy for grabbing by invading terrorist headers who, despite being armed, also enjoy protection from the military if indigenous people are to confront them. The political and economic marginalization of people of Biafra are well documented in sections 1 and 2 of the Biafra Declaration Handbook, and a few of them are listed here. The section titled Man's Inhumanity to Man, Nigeria's 1999 Constitution, a travesty, narrates how Nigeria's exclusive list is a grand plan to dispossess us of our natural inheritance. It is noteworthy that while the Nigeria government has added every imaginable resource in the south to the exclusive list, comparable resources in the north are left under the control of the north, such that oil, gas, and solid minerals, including salt, in the South are in the exclusive list and therefore under the control of the Nigeria government. Whereas similar resources in the North, for example, gold in Zamfara, is not controlled by the Nigeria government. It is controlled by Zamfara people. While Nigeria government cuts away the proceeds from oil and gas exploration, our people are left to suffer the environmental degradation caused by exploration and production activities and the associated oil spills that have ruined aquatic life, fishing, and access to potable water in the region. Preceding the 1999 Constitution was the Abuja 1989 Declaration that set out an Islamic agenda to transform Nigeria into an Islamic state. They sought to make Nigeria a member of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, ensure that Muslims control strategic positions within the country, and ultimately have Nigeria ruled by a president and vice president of the Islamic faith, a feat they have achieved with the 2023 selection and coronation of Bola Tinubu and Yerima Shetima as president and vice president, respectively. Aside, many indices of religion caused by the impunity of Sharia law in the North and other excesses of their Islamic agenda. We are Obinna Opo Kiri, who returned from London to participate in the National Youth Service Corps program and was posted to Bauchi State. Also killed was Ukeri Aremi, a 2010 graduate of the University of Nigeria, serving in Damaturu, Yobe State. Several of these Islamist-inspired killings are spread over northern Nigeria and can occur at any time without notice. Other instances include Fulani invasion of communities in Biafra land, including Ehamufu, Izombe, Obanliku, Obudu, Umaji, Ogoja, Akampa, Mbak, Bogobri, Ibide, Afre, Uweru, and other places, as well as Fulani killings and slaughtering of people who are unable to pay ransom, and in many instances, even after paying ransom. It does not make sense making references to one Nigeria when it is obvious that Nigeria is not one, has never been one, and will never be one. Anybody that listened to Ahmadu Bello and his doctrine of Igbo hate and exclusion as he encapsulated in his notorious interview with the BBC in 1964, which is the template the Fulani has been acting out, as evidenced by Yerima Shetima's late infamous phone call with Ibikunle Amosun, and still thought there was a country called Nigeria or one Nigeria, that still believed the disparaged group belonged together with the disparaging group, must share some responsibility for the avoidable carnage from the forced union of people that have nothing in common.
Okay, the reason why I allow this to play is because I want you to hear everything he said has to do with the grievances, reason what they have been through and what they may be, what they may face tomorrow. He gave you a lot of examples, a lot of comments from some of the Northerners elders like Yerima Shetima, which is happen to be the vice president of Nigeria as we speak, and that of T.Y. Danjuma, telling you that you need to defend yourself, and a lot. The reason is because you cannot just declare without highlighting on those things. And some of these things in Finland is aware of it though. And let me just say that because as the court case which they claim the tripium and all that nonsense. The truth is that it's not about the evidence, it's about what they want to gain. Coming to this thing that this our brother, what he's reading here now, if you pay close attention, you will notice that he's saying those things based on the time. Sometimes he mentioned the time, like the year, so person said this, so person said that, so that you can go and verify. You don't need to wake up tomorrow after Biafra must have been declared as of that time. You say, oh, you guys are just doing it because you want oil, because you want to control your oil, because you don't want to other nations to partake in your natural resources. Remember, he mentioned about Zamfara gold. He mentioned those things, not because of anything other thing, but for you not to come back and blame anybody. That is the grievances. Now, I am looking for a video. There's a video of COS that I am searching, but I have not seen that video, where she actually declared Biafra, not the one that we often play here, the one she mentioned state. There's another video. I have not laid my hands on that. I don't know where I saved it as we speak, but Google will help us, because we're going to move to other things just to let you know what happened in Finland. Any of you, if there's anyone watching me now and you have that clip, please send it to me on WhatsApp. It's not that long. There's a video I'm looking for where she actually, part of the video, part of her own, part of her video where she declared Biafran, and not the one, like I said, not the one where she talked about, where she mentioned state. No, not that one. There's another. That one is part of it though, but there's another one. There's another video. There was a time somebody shared on space, but I can't see that now on her own space. But you understand what I'm talking about? Just keep on listening to this reading, these grievances. That will help you, because I know many of us have forgotten.
In the north, all Biafrans are identified as Igbo. So when you hear Ahmadu Bello mention Igbo, don't think you are not included because you don't see yourself as Igbo. When it starts happening, the North doesn't separate the man from Monisha, from Uyo or Aba. Neither do they separate the man from Enugu from the one from Calabar. Just as they don't separate the man from Owerri or Port Harcourt from the man from Esan, Warri, or Yenagoa. The Lord sees all of us as one. They only divide us as a tool to weaken us and cheat us. We cannot be second-class citizens in our native country.
It's not supposed to be.
We would all embrace diversity if it means live and let live.
True.
But this is not the case. Diversity in Nigeria means die so that Fulani may live. They want to kill us and take over our lands. For Fulani to grow their cattle rearing business, they want to ruin our crop growing business. They feed their cattle with our farms, and the Nigerian government does not think that this is unacceptable. They kill us, and Nigerian government has never made any effort to stop the killing or fish out the killers. Rather, the government goes after anyone with ability to protect his or herself. They said they want to dip their Quran in the Atlantic Ocean, and they are meticulously pursuing that agenda. And nothing will stop them except we will rise up to stop them. Of course, as we are doing. August 26, 2024, reports of new Fulani massacre of indigenous people in Zamfara state, similar to Fulani killings in Plateau state on the eve of Christmas, December 24, 2023. Video on social media shows over 200 people lying dead while the terrorists scream their jihadist lingo, Allahu Akbar, apparently praising their God for killing the people. Hundreds of innocent, defenseless people slaughtered. As usual, no word or speech from the Nigerian president condemning the atrocities or commiserating with the people. The politicians pretend that nothing happened. Nigerians are also indifferent, underscoring colossal lack of value for human life. Nigerians can arrange protests against hunger, but not against senseless loss of life, possibly because Fulani has succeeded in conditioning the country to accept Fulani crimes as normal. Even though this is happening in the north, we have compassion on our fellow indigenous people and must speak out on their behalf. Biafra independence is the only thing that will stop Fulani avowed ambition to kill all of us. September 27, 2024, Biafrans are stunned by the report of Nigeria government's plan to relocate people displaced in the north to Eggman in the former Imo state. Nigeria having failed to protect its citizens from external aggression, now by this act appear to be ceding to the terrorists control of Nigeria can deploy its military to regain control of these places and return displaced people to their ancestral homes. But Nigeria can deploy its military to keep Biafrans resisting the invasion, and now have the effrontery to even think of bringing the so-called displaced people to the region they have until now defined as being insecure. If you allow these people into Biafra, it will not be long before they will ask for more land. They will want an Eggman, and they will want Sharia. In other words, whoever that is planning to bring the so-called displaced people are invariably laying foundation for perpetual conflict in the future. Nnamdi Azikiwe mortgaged our future in one Nigeria, but Hope Uzodinma appear hell-bent on plunging our future into the bottomless pit abyss. Biafrans will not let that happen. Eggman is a few kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean, and definitely this planned relocation of the jihadists to Biafra land surreptitiously brings to reality their age-long desire to dip their Quran in the Atlantic Ocean. We will not let that happen. As the Biafra government led by His Excellency Eggman Simon Njoku has said, we will only take refugees after our independence from Nigeria. As November 2024 rolls in, Lakurawa, a new entrant into the Nigeria terrorism industry, emerges in the Sokoto and Kebbi parts of the Northwest, and within days has killed scores of people. This latest terrorist group is reported to be made up of nationals of Mali, Niger, etc. Terrorists will keep coming because Fulanis and jihadists from all over the world have seen how easy the Nigeria government has made invading its territory and killing indigenous people or abducting them for ransom. It is left for us to do nothing and be killed, or do something and be free. We have chosen to do something and be free. Fulani would like to argue that ECOWAS treaty allows free movement of people, even though ECOWAS treaty may have allowed free movement of people through defined ports of entry and exit, and not through the bushes. No country would be obligated to uphold a treaty that creates existential threat for its citizens. Those that call themselves legislatures at the National Assembly have never considered a deal to secure the northern border, either because they are in denial of the problem or they are so scared to propose a solution. As such, are willing to let defenseless indigenous populations slaughter everywhere. Now, therefore, in the circumstances, the inhuman experiences we have been subjected to, an act of conviction that the oppressors are increasingly more brazen, will stop at nothing in their desire to deprive us of amenities of life, eliminate us, and take over our natural inheritance. We, the people of Biafra, are left with no other choice than to take concrete steps to self-preserve and self-determine. And on the basis of the Biafra self-referendum conducted between February 1, 2024 and November the 28th, 2024, and Lati Convention delegate votes authorizing using the outcome of the referendum to declare restoration of Biafra independence, we are compelled to, on behalf of the people of the United States of Biafra, declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra
I'm sure you want to hear that again. I'm sure you want to hear that again.
of the independence of the United States to declare restoration of Biafra independence, we are compelled to, on behalf of the people of the United States of Biafra, declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra of the independent on behalf of the people of the United States of Biafra, declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra and Lati Convention delegate votes authorizing using the outcome of the referendum to declare restoration of Biafra independence, we are compelled to, on behalf of the people of the United States of Biafra, declare the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra
All right, and let me just say this because I know many of you have said that at the end of this video that you will hear COS, but the truth is that Eggman did not add that part. All right, of course he will cut it off. Now, my question to Eggman or anybody that believe that what the man did is declaring Biafra. So assuming that PM is here, I'm just asking, okay? Just assume that PM is here, and PM after reading this, it simply means that the man is the one that declared Biafra, no longer PM. If PM is in that hall that very day, are you saying that PM would have been the one to read all these things? The answer is no. He will still be the one to read it because he is a member of the committee. It is their job to read it. Okay? Now, after reading this, does it mean, or would you have said that this man is the one that declared Biafra, even when PM was there, present? We all know that is not true. Now, I try my best to check if I have that video here on this channel, but I cannot locate it now. I know I have a video like that here on this channel because a lot of video is already here, so I may not be able to trace it. But let me just play this as a reminder. Let me just play this one as a reminder.
Hello, the United States of Biafra. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. All right, we continue to conclude. Our independence is here today. On behalf of the Prime Minister, His Excellency.
Now, hear what she's saying. Now, on behalf of Prime Minister, after reading the grievances, on behalf of Prime Minister, so my question to you that the yapping nonsense, if PM happened to be there in that hall, after Mr. Okoma must have read those things, PM will now climb, to the pulpit like CS did here, and said what CS is about to say now. After that, remove your hatred, because now remove your hatred. Now it's no longer COS, it's now PM. Will you give that declaration to the man that read this thing, or PM would have been the person that you mentioned? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Here, what you said here, on behalf of Prime Minister. Let me take it back again.
On behalf of the Prime Minister, His Excellency.
Remember, everything was already planned. So this part is a part that PM is supposed to be the one. Okay? Just a moment.
Simon Njoku, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. Now therefore, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, His Excellency Edward Simon Jago, by virtue of the authority and pursuant of the issues and principles recited above, do hereby solemnly proclaim that the territory and region under the 40 confederated states of Biafra, together with her continental shelf and territorial waters, shall henceforth regain her independence and act as an independent sovereign state with the name and title of the United States of Biafra. So shall it be. The people of the United States of Biafra want to be free in a country where the police and the military are sworn to the Constitution and not to the president, head of state, politicians, or anyone else, where no man is above the law, where the police and military are empowered to question each.
What you are hearing now is what PM supposed to have done after the man must have read the grievances. After reading the grievances, this is the PM part that she's playing. This is PM part. Okay? Not her own, but in absence of PM, she have to step up. So let me repeat myself. The grievances is part of it. Somebody said that very, very intelligent DPM, Dr. Ngozi. Now, after reading that grievances, PM would have come up like this and not made pronouncement to declare officially. That is how it's been done. And COS, she know this, she understands it very, very well. That was why she said, on behalf of Prime Minister, on behalf, because some of us don't think in that direction. The grievances has been made, it has been written before PM did, arrest or before they call him for questioning. The document is already there. So the man would have read the same thing, whether PM is there or not. Then after reading it, PM would have come up to not declare it. And in PM absence, she stood up and did it. That's what CS did here. And CS knows this very, 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 very well. That's why she said, on behalf of Prime Minister, she now started going through it. Like where again?
Humane orders from unscrupulous politicians, and if such order is to invade a community and kill everyone there, they will say, hell no, what are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? The United States of Biafra, as an independent country, joins the United States of America in proclaiming that all men are created equal. With certain inalienable rights, including the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. The United States of Biafra, a envisions a country where peace, unity, equity, and progress shall prevail. My fellow Biafrans, let's join hands and make it a reality. God bless you, and God bless the United States of Biafra. Eba Simon Njako.
After reading this, she said, God bless you, United States of Biafra, Eba Simon Njako. This to tell you that the what she read there was PM's speech. PM declared it and PM statement. That's exactly what she presented there. All right? So anybody telling that, oh, she's not the one that declared Biafra, that person is just trying to tell you that, oh, PM is not the one declared Biafra, because that's the provision for PM to declare it. The grievances, everything is well planned. It is already there. I am not a cabinet member, but I can see through everything that happened there. After reading the grievances out, she now, because PM is not there, she stood up. She have to come up and do it. Makadine Kuno, she said she's not her turn. It's not her time. Sometimes, honestly, these people can. If people na kwenda, some of these people, if people they been that before, that now these guys are very educated. You know, they are very, very sound. I'm not coming na nothing come can acquire room. I come on jam. Eggman is busy. No, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. And he's a cabinet member. He's a cabinet member. So he should know better. Yes, now. Does it mean that this cabinet, maybe this man, does he put an earphone each time he appeared in a cabinet meeting? That he's playing maybe a sound system, you know, on to his own eardrum, that he won't understand anything that we discuss in cabinet, because it is there. The document, everything has been written before the date. So the man will read the grievances, then PM will now come up. Remove COS now. Let us be real. Then PM now climb the podium and say, okay, read exactly what COS did here. And as you know, PM is COS is a professional. Very, very professional in everything she's doing. That's why she said, she started by telling you, on behalf of Prime Minister. Then after saying all those things, so she ended it by telling you, mentioning the name of the person that she did, you know, she read this whole thing on his behalf. Ekpa Simon Njoko. Yet, some people will still come out and tell you that she claimed that she declared. Hi. Man also. That she claimed that she declared Biafra. just like Donald Trump now send his vice to, let's say, to any function, maybe UN, United Nations, okay, and Donald Trump has already prepared his speeches with him and everything. He now handed over to his vice. Go there and represent me, meaning that go there and say my word. Read out this my statement. Then after reading it there, somebody will not tell you, no, that the person that introduced him to come up and make his speech is one represent Trump. That's exactly what these guys are saying. Very, very funny human being. But you know, let's continue. Let's continue. Yeah. You see the jubilation, right? Can you compare this one? All of them stood up in jubilation, celebrating, because this is the part that PM would have. This is PM talking to Biafra. That's what it means. But in his absence, the person that is next in line will play. And all these men, they did not fight her. when this job is there to play. They were waiting. COS, go and talk. Okay, Gary should have grabbed the mic now and read the whole thing as a AP. Imagine a monkey they walk, babu the chop. But he does this. He was in one corner with the agrema. Major. How can you? Somebody said he did not understand English. I think so. Maybe. Okay, Gary was in one corner, shaking his legs. How dare you? So you want to take away my no. How so you want to take away all this my honorable away? You want to take away this my finance minister? So what's even my name? I will not be aware of anything. I won't know anything to going on the financial anymore. Better we plan. Eggman, you see, we need to do something. And that's the information of Plan B. Plan B started. We they go out and come back and plan again. So these people think that they want to do us, this kind of thing. No, let me call success. Success. Help me come in on ground. That's how the whole thing started. Nobody did anything wrong here. The only offense of COS here is that she followed the instruction. Meaning that if PM happened to be here, they would have also do the same thing to PM. But maybe they wouldn't have come up publicly like they did. They would have just hide one corner. Not thought. Not corrupt the minds of men on ground then. Because you cannot tell me if you can be so bitter to this extent, that means you would have done the same, do the same thing before when PM was here. If PM happened to be here, you would have just carried out the same lies, the same fake news, the same attack. I'm sorry about that.
At this time, we are going to call on the Chief Justice of the United States of Biafra, Attorney Jen Iwuze, to confirm this declaration.
Did you hear that? So if Mr. Okoma was the one that declared it, who confirmed it? You are not hearing that Chief Judge is going to come up to confirm it. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Let me send it to you. The link is open. Yeah, I have sent the link to Mr. Henry. Please follow the link, and please not everybody, only him, please, only him, because I'm not done with my program. You're welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mazikai. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Well done for this great job you're doing. You are really doing a wonderful job. Biafrans, good morning from my location, whatever the time zone in your location you are greeted. I've seen the video you're playing, the declaration day, 29th November, and I heard what the idiot Van 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 was saying. Is really laughable because everybody was there. I was there live in Finland, in Lati, on 29th. My very self. I was in the hall there. And we all know when Biafra was redeclared, not when the grievances was read out. Okay, Lagota. When the DPM walked up to the podium and made that statement that the Prime Minister was supposed to read out, the whole hall was like another world. We were like in another planet. This very
Yeah.
picture you are
That's it.
showing now, when Biafra was redeclared, you don't need to tell it to anybody. The whole hall, the whole hall changed. Everything turned upside all around. No,
Yeah.
everybody was uncontrollable for more than 20 minutes. That was the moment. Like now that you saw DPM clapping, right? Everywhere
Yeah.
went agog. So nobody can come and tell us what we witnessed live. Something
And
that happened.
he himself was there as well.
He was there. So how could they be? I mean, formulating these lies and trying to change the narrative is really laughable. If anybody say he didn't understand the English, did he not understand the environment at that moment? When these things happened live, does it mean that he didn't understand the environment, you know, how the environment was that moment, and the environment when the grievances was being read out is completely different. So anybody listening to what nonsense that Raphael is saying is just is unbelievable. In short, let me just use that, unbelievable, because these things happened in our own eyes, live and direct. How many people were there? A whole lot of people were there. And when DPM, on behalf of the Prime Minister, made the declaration, because this is the job that Prime Minister handed over to her as surrogate. That
Okay.
surrogate authorization is what she displayed here during this moment. That was where she started showing that authorization or that authority that Prime Minister handed over to her as the surrogate. No other person.
Where was APM?
APM was sitting in the front row with his group of four fallback initiators. Ruben Nadi,
Okay.
Amo Biene, and Imam Madabo. They were in the front row. They were sitting there. On the other end, while DPM was sitting with Dado Rama and Sister Gocholewune at the middle, I was sitting directly behind. I was sitting with not our foreign affairs director general Adeze. We were behind the DPM, you know. So everything that happened there was clear. If anybody who was there that day can come up here now and deny what I'm saying, let the person come. Let anybody from the fallback or fall deep that was there in the hall that day that is going to say that what I'm saying is not true. Even if it is Raphael, let him come up. Let us debate it. Let him explain to me what we witnessed live and direct on that very
In,
day, 29th
in
November.
in case if they don't understand what we are talking about, he's calling on you to join the studio now if you have a different opinion. And
Yes.
and if you are from Fall Deep Republic, or maybe you are from Lazuba's Republic, you can also come up so that
Anybody who is
Lazuba is no
challenging that
longer.
DPM, anybody challenging that DPM is not the one that redeclared the independent state of Biafra, come up here right now. Let us. If you were there in Finland, I don't want to argue with somebody that was not there in the hall. If you are present in the hall, come up here and let us discuss. Let us
Okay.
debate it. This is a challenge, live challenge.
Whether you are from Fallback Republic or Fall Deep Republic, or you are from Lazuba Republic, you can come up, because Lazuba is no longer in Fall Deep. She have come from Fall Deep. She's now in her own republic. Maybe somehow.
Even a DOS member is also welcome. Let them come if you are there. Because I don't want to debate somebody that was not there. It will be like blind arguments, talking about something you don't know. If you were present in that hall on that day, and even if you are a Yoruba person, you can come up and tell me that the declaration was not done by DPM at that very moment. I'm here. I'm ready to take the challenge from anybody. Let's discuss it and bury this thing once and for all.
I will allow you to be in the studio for some time. So don't go in case if there's anybody that want to jump on.
I'm here.
So,
I am saying it loud and clear that on 29, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze stood there like a lioness and made a bold speech, read declaration, no order, no order. The only thing the other man, what's the name again? I forgot himself. Did was just reading out the declaration. Even during the ratification, when our justice minister made her speech, you heard her say, "We have heard what was read here today." That was the grievances she referred to. Before she now said she reaffirmed the declaration. The DPM was standing with her. Was Okoma there? Was Okoma there? No, because it's not his place to do the declaration. So anybody going to say negative, yes, he had done his part, which is just reading out the grievances. So anybody giving out any negative or wrong narrative there, he's doing it intentionally, and he cannot sell. They will explain tire. I am here. I'm waiting. Let the person come up.
This is just an attack to attack PM. That's what they're doing. Like I always tell us, some of us actually think that it's about COS. It's not about COS.
It's not about COS.
All of them, the target is PM. The target is PM. Because to them, they feel that PM, because I listened to Eggman saying that their ATM told him, not them, that if PM come out, that they're not going to give him this kind of chance they gave him before. You understand? That
yes.
they will tell him, not everything that he said that they're going to believe. So this to tell you that they already have a kind of anger, accumulated anger, they're packed in their mind, waiting to unleash it on PM. So this little opportunity, they want to, they just want to exhaust some of them to empty their mind and, on COS. Not
if you will now flash back a little bit. Okay, this is the picture there now is when Jenny Keze, that's the justice minister was going to do the reaffirmation. Now, what I was trying to say is that if you flash back, there was that video cabinet meeting that was on social media released by DPM. You remember when the PM was asking him questions concerning what Sonia Aparawa did. He was asking him, do you now think that Sonia Aparawa was wrong in publishing that? He couldn't he couldn't answer this question directly. He was just, you remember?
True. I was it. I do.
All these things are what were happening, and Prime Minister was like handling all this whole situation. The man has already built opposition against the PM. I mean, the stupid Ogenkere. He has already built a cabal, which he even wanted me. He wanted me to be part of it. While we were in Finland, he was calling my number. I wasn't picking that number for a reason. I know he has already cooked, in fact, formed a cabal to launch attack. So I never answered his call for 4 days. The moment I was arriving my location from Finland, he continued to call. In fact, he used my deputy to try to convince me to make sure that I come on his side. But I told him, you need to convince me that this letter of surrogate that we have seen in the cabinet is fake. And this CRC that was dissolved.
Look at the man over here celebrating the declaration.
These people, they are unbelievable. Really, honestly speaking, I can't believe that they even carried out all those rubbish. They were there. They know everything. They see everything. But something.
My question is why is it since they know how to lead and everything? Why is it that they don't, start leading by, stepping up to do the needful that time? Why do they slack?
You can only step up where there is vacuum, right? Where there was no vacuum, you cannot step up. So, the office of the Prime Minister, there was a vacuum because of his absence. Then the COS step up. So where will they step up to? Can they jump over the COS? What information do they have?
What I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that they know that she is the one to step up. They know that she's the next. That time they know that she's next in line. But why is it that after she performed all these things, they started trying to argue about it?
Okay, now what I would say is that you know already that they have beef with the COS. So they want to challenge her authority. They want to rubbish her position. They want to prove that they can take over and put her behind, which is impossible because COS has stood on that in that office firmly, strongly. She has worked very hard with PM. She has worked closely with PM. She understands the pattern the PM operates on, the way PM handles situation, and she takes to that very pattern, and it is working because whatever she is doing today is exactly how PM was doing it when PM was with us. Nothing changed. She has never changed anything in the way PM functions. Yes, I can boldly tell you that.
Somebody is here with us, our own sister, Wada Victoria Weke. Maybe she want to contribute, or maybe she have a question for you. My sister, unmute your mic.
Masakai, good evening. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear. You're welcome, ma.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, somebody that is in studio. I greet everyone. May God bless you people. So, Mr. Kai, because just for kita me battle online. Kita come by and mepe YouTube for online. Maybe people can join now for prayer. Who na image so. Online. See, ihe anyị na-ekwu agbakwa ihe nchọrọ ikwu kịta because enwere something mfọlụ nchọrọ ka mpwe ka unu kọntinu kwa na-edikere onye dikere na onye dikere ihe niile a na-eme agreement hapụnụ vam ka ọ na-asọtọgharị ọnụ na-eme ekenoiz ọ na-eme ka everywhere na ife nchọrọ ikwu kịta bụ ọkwa ifugo kịta ka awa PM anọrọsi ya apụtara m nkịta ka mmegharị anya wee fu as the hot ka ọ na-eme expose Chinasa ọkwa ifugoro Chinasa Nworu ka ọ na-eme expose ka ha si wee gbusisie mmadụ oge ahụ ha na-eme sitatụ ha na-egbusi mmadụ arụsị Samonekpa boys and Samonekpa na-ekwu ya oge ahụ n'ọbụkwa ndụ nke ya na-eme ihe a na-eme Samonekpa boys na-egbusi ndị mmadụ kịta ọ na-agụsisi na-akpọzi ha afa ka ha si egbusi ka ha si gbuo ejima ka ha okito fire na katapila na ka ha wee gaga onwe ha na-egbusisi mmadụ oge because na ha fụ na Samonekpa nọs around o nwere ike ikwu eziokwu oge Samonekpa na ya
eziokwu okwu dị mma ịma na okwu na-abịa ịma na ofe ga-aghọta ọkwịfụrụ ọbara ọkwịfụrụ ọbara mmadụ onye ọbụla ma ife dị very careful ka ịhapụ site n'aka gị n'ọbara because ọ na-ebukwe ka mmanya o nwere ike na kịta na mmadụ nwere ike ịrụ ala na kịta filoda na ụlọ efu nke gbasatara nke ha so do with ọbara mmadụ ka na-ekwu maka ya oge na-abịa ma onye ahụ gbado gị touch igbo mmadụ ga-apụtakwu eziokwu nọ na ya it's a matter of time ọ dịbeghị late biko ị ga-eshare dem the video ka m were gbara ụgba ka gbara ya Christmas
ewo asị ọdụm ka m ewepụtaghị ọdụm ya m just fụ ya
ama mazi the hot mmachi ya n'aka m don't worry ka m chọrọ
jee chọọ ya onye ihe onye ma ọ ka nọkwa life sef na-eme ya o
ị nọkwa okay thank you so much my sister thank you so much okay thank you so much I really appreciate Greg is here with us. Greg, just a moment before I give you the mic, I want us to because I have not finished my program just because Mr. Henry is not someone that I will just ignore like that. Now, if you pay attention here, let me see how I can zoom it. How will I zoom this? Okay, just a moment. Okay, now this is a Punch from Punch newspaper. If you come down here, you will see that they talked about the same, declaration here. Where they mention COS is somewhere here. Okay. According to say, okay, this one is online. November 28th. I'm trying to get according to several online sources. Okay, this one they are trying to describe her here. Let me locate that part before I bring it up. Just a moment. I just want to read one part there, not everything. Not everything. So while waiting for that, let me Greg, have the mic. Greg, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, my brother. Good evening. Happy Sunday.
Good evening to you.
Happy weekend, even though it's ended. Yes, thank you so much for this opportunity. And I greet my brothers and sisters in the house and all the Biafrans all over the world who are listening. The point here is, I think we always try to listen to the people that are not important. These people are nowhere important. Number one is this. They did not even believe in Biafra declared.
I am coming to that. I know. I'm coming to that.
No, that is number one. They did not even believe in Biafra declared. That is number one. Number two, the man himself that is the useless man is claiming that he is the one that declared Biafra, knew himself that he did not declare Biafra. So, but the issue there is what we are suffering today is not who declared Biafra or who did not declare Biafra. Because Biafra know who declared Biafra. And we know every down thing. So their problem is they don't know where to hold hand. They don't know there's nowhere to start. If they go to CRC, from CRC, they talk who declared Biafra, if Biafra was declared on the 2nd, or if Biafra was declared on the 29th. All those things, are they the problem we have? No. Those things are not our problem. Who declared Biafra, who did not declare Biafra? Who declared Biafra is it who declared Biafra bringing on recognition? That doesn't make it important. Who declared Biafra? Will that person who declared Biafra be the person to defend, to make the defense in our whole land strong? That is not the point and the problem we are having. They know that this lady stands from the first day that Biafra will be declared. For me in person, it's not even that pronouncing Biafra is important for me. The day Biafra was declared is the day that COS did not give up that Biafra will be declared. And she called out the cabinet to vote for it, which they voted and they won that Biafra will be declared. That was the time Biafra was declared for me. Because if these people have succeeded, number one, they didn't want Biafra to be declared. Number two, they planned to destruct it and make sure that it did not succeed. And after, when they tried every corner, did not succeed the cabinet to stop it, did not succeed in Finland to stop it, they started looking for one way or other to bring confusion. And they continue to fail even to today. Now he bringing, because we are talking that the Tongoza will stand on her feet and declare Biafra in Finland. Where did she stand on her feet? She stand on her feet by saying that this thing that Simon Ekpa, the prime minister, worked so hard for 1 year, and some people is against it not to be declared. She, as the next person in power, that she is supporting that the Biafra will be declared. That is, for me, where this woman won. And those cabinet that supported the Biafra will be declared. That is where they won the victory. And they're coming up in Finland again, and they used diplomacy and tricked them on 29th and declared that Biafra. That is where I continue having respect for Dr. Ngozi Areveze, the DPM, and those people that have rounded her, the cabinet, and stand for that thing that Simon Ekpa believe. So this useless people is not important to discuss who declared Biafra and who did not declare Biafra, which they don't even believe. The names, they believe the Biafra that was declared, that they are calling names that are not supposed, that they don't have respect for. And he's fighting for to say this person is the person who declared for the name that the useless man. I cannot even open my mouth to call his name, that he didn't have respect for that country that people have been dying for. That country that the time
I understand
that
your point.
have been suffering and people have been fighting to make sure that, my brother, where would we be today if that declaration was not done on that particular day?
I am not actually. We are not arguing about who declared it or not. The thing is that the reason why I chose to talk about it is because some of his followers are trying to lay hands on something to encourage themselves in their criminality. So I just want to let them know. I just want to let them know that we can also see through what they're doing. Nobody is having double mind who declared or not. We know, but I just want to feed them with their own stupidity. Now, sorry to cut you off. Yes. I will come back to you, please. Ngozi Rabeze wrote, according to Vanguard, this part said, Ngozi Rabeze wrote, breaking, it is done. Biafra in Finland for the declaration of the independent United States of Biafra. Power belongs to the people. She later added, Biafra has been redeclared today, 29th of November 2024, by Ngozi Rabeze, the Chief of Staff, United States of Biafra. Congratulations to all Biafrans all over the world. This is what Vanguard said. Then here in Google, if you check here, what you see here is this. I just asked this: who declared Biafra in Finland? I just asked Google, and what I could get is this: Restoration Declaration. On 29 November 2024, Biafrans under the leadership of Simon Ekpa and deputized by Ngozi Rabeze declared the restoration of Biafra during a convention attended by hundreds of Biafrans. What else are you looking for, my people? What else? And this man is not, I don't have my own private Google. You can do it on your own. The question is here. Type it, go to Google and ask, who declared Biafra in Finland? This is from my own end. This is what I could see from Google, not me that put it. All right? And when you go to the time of Ojukwu, how did he declare Biafra? Let's see.
Fellow countrymen and women.
Now, this is not the voice of Ojukwu himself. This is somebody trying to, because of copyright, trying to read it just to quote Ojukwu the way Ojukwu put it. Okay? So let me just say that.
You, the people of Eastern Nigeria, conscious of the supreme authority of Almighty God over all mankind, of your duty to yourself and posterity, aware that you can no longer be protected in your lives and in your property by any government based outside Eastern Nigeria, believing that you are born free and have certain inalienable rights which can best be preserved by yourselves, unwilling to be unfree partners in any association of a political or economical nature, rejecting the authority of any person or persons other than the military government of Eastern Nigeria to make any imposition of whatever kind of nature upon you, determined to dissolve all political and other ties between you and the former Federation Republic of Nigeria, prepared to enter into such association, treaty, or alliance with any sovereign state within the former Federal Republic of Nigeria and elsewhere on such terms and conditions as best to subserve your common good, affirming your trust and confidence in me, having mandated me to proclaim on your behalf and in your name that Eastern Nigeria be a sovereign independent republic. Now therefore I, Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, military governor of the Eastern Nigeria, by virtue of the authority and pursuant to the principle recited above, do hereby solemnly proclaim that the territory and the region known as and called the Eastern Nigeria, together with her continental shelf and territorial water, shall henceforth be an independent sovereign state of the name and title of the Republic of Biafra. And I do declare that all political ties between us and the Federal Republic of Nigeria are hereby totally dissolved. All subsequent contractual obligations entered into by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria or by any person, authority or organization or government acting on its behalf with any person, authority or organization operating or relating in any matter or thing within the Republic of Biafra shall henceforth be deemed to be entered into the military governor of the Republic of Biafra. For and on behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Biafra and the convenants, therefore shall, subject to this declaration, be performed by the parties according to their tenor. All subsisting international treaties and obligations made on behalf of the Eastern Nigeria by the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall be honored and respected. Even IV, Eastern Nigeria due share of all subsisting international debits and obligations entered into by the government of the Republic of Nigeria on behalf of the Federation of Nigeria shall be honored and respected. Steps will be taken to open discussions of the questions of Eastern Nigeria's due share of the assets.
All right, let me take it down because I have gotten the part I want, which is for you to know that everything he said here is combination of both grievances and what US actually did. So you cannot just take one part and say that is the declaration and ignore the other part. Okay, you read the grievances and you know about the map, the boundary, how you're going to run the government, the kind of government you have declared. You did not say that from that grievances document, but CS actually portrayed on that, and that is how to do it. So the difference is that this one had part 1, part 2. The other one, the one that Ojukwu did is just, everything in summary, combination of everything, as a military man, you understand? So that is it. And I believe, Eggman, you need to also pay close attention to that. The audio of, I don't know what happened to this audio here, but let me just summarize what happened here. If you said that Okoma is the one that declared Biafra, Okoma should have been the one to sign the treaty. Okay, because that's what leaders do. You sign treaty and how they exchange it between country to country. She did it here, and you also ignore that part. Like I said, these people, they know what they're doing. This is to expose the lies and pretense of some people telling you why Chineke, Biafra is here. Biafra is here. And the next thing he will tell you that he can bet his 10 fingers and his 10 toes. Just to convince you that he's serious on what he's saying. But he deep down his mind, you know that he's lying. Anyway, for those of you that want to comment, the link has been shared. I'm going to share it again. And the WhatsApp link that is pinned here, I'm going to take it down. So please follow the link and join us. And Mr. Henry is still here with us, and Greg is here as well. So Greg, please complete your statement before Mr. Henry will now comment. We can now wind down. Thank you so much.
Yes, my brother. Thank you. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is these people know the truth. And my own take on the whole thing is this. All these things are just beaten around the bush. They should go and search their mind and know where they started coming short. because they are not right, they are not honest, they are evil, they never wanted Biafra declared. And now, when it comes on one side, they will say Biafra is declared. When it comes on the other side, Biafra is not declared. If they want to call it declared, they will call it Dr. Ngozo Arabeze Biafra. USB, Dr. Ngozo Arabeze. So these are not the kind of people anybody can do anything with. And sometimes when I think about Dr. Ngozo Arabeze, when all these things started, when Adada Ramma come out of the cabinet, when she went to fall back, and when she started doing all the whole thing she started doing, and when all these things started coming out, I started wondering the kind of person Dr. Ngozo Arabeze is, because the way this woman was following her in Finland, bomber to bomber, bomber to bomber, bomber to bomber, and under 1 month, she showcased exactly what she is and her kind. And this lady, Dr. Ngozo Arabeze, immediately distanced herself from this woman. And the check from the people that say Biafra will not be declared, that fought against Biafra declaration, you check against the statement of Dr. Ngozo Arabeze by saying, let us have 1 week and let us get ourselves together and go through our finance and know what we minus and plus of what we did. Then you when they started fighting each other and all those things, then you will say, what kind of person is she? Because when all those things that she fought from day one are the things that they started fighting against each other now. The whole thing, everything she stands with the fought, they still go back to that very thing from beginning to the end. So with that, you will know that the person they are fighting against have no equal with them in anything. And the earlier they know that this woman is better than them, she is better than them as a human being. Now, I'm not talking about money and the education or whatever. Morally and everything, she is better than them in every human aspect of life. In honesty, Dr. Ngozo Arabeze is better than them. Nobody is perfect in life. She might have difference with anybody or whatever. Some people might not agree in everything, but in purity of heart, you can never compare her with Ogenkere and all these people that surrendered our leader and those people that are fighting her in anything spiritual and morally. So what are we talking about? So all these people, they don't have base, and they will not have base. And at a point, they will disappear. It's only hurt us because nobody wanted his brother and his sister to be on the wrong side. It would have been better that we stayed together and fight our battle. But since they choose the evil side and they're still keeping their evil with lies and they don't want to repent, my brother, I cannot blame Dr. Ngozo Arabeze in any how she distanced herself from these people. I'm telling you, because they're evil. This, my brother, there's something he said that 2 weeks or 3 weeks before our PM hold the cabinet meeting, and where she was asking Akbara Ogenkere what is his judgment on the whole thing. He said, you are my PM. When you say it's good, it's good. If you say it's bad, is that how a person supposed to give a judgment? So she don't know what is good and what is bad. And they asked the so-called Vam Vam Vam. He said, I call her a Kureku. Does it make sense? No. So they didn't want to give their own part of reason because they know they are Kaaba. So they just put that statement in that way. That is where you will know that they are evil people. So all this declaration and not declaration is not important. The important is they didn't want Biafra in the first place. They did not join this fight to make Biafra to come. They only joined to make money, so to make fame, or being bought from the Nigerian government. There is no doubt about these 3 points. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you so much. And just to add one or two things to what you just said about Eggman and what's his name, Ogenkere. They know what they want from day one. They know what they're doing. It is not hidden at all. That we are talking about them because it's not for any other thing. It's just for people to see, through what we are talking about. Their intention and their motive is not what you expect. They want to rubbish everything because of their hate, because of hatred and anything at all. What I don't know. Please, and some of you that are still following them, I don't know why. I don't know your problem, but can you just ask yourself some questions? That may get a long way to help. Mr. Henry, do you have anything to say before we?
Yeah, thank you, Mazikai, and my brother that is in the studio. You said something very important. You see, these people are not sincere. They are not sincere. And the last time I remember DPM came on air and she said, this government, USB, this government holds sincerity in high esteem. Sincerity. When somebody is working with somebody that is sincere and is not sincere, you will never augur well, because both light and darkness can never be in the same place. These people are darkness. And the Bible says that whenever light appears, darkness will disappear. That is what is happening. If you are not sincere, you can't work with Dr. Ngozo Rabeza. Sincerity is the key. And that is what is pushing all of them away. That is what is affecting them, because they are never sincere. They cannot be honest just to tell the truth, saying things the way it happened. They don't know how to do that. You see, they will always like to look for lie, to cover up lie, try to lie and deceive people, those that want to be deceived. So I would say sincerity is key to USB government. And if you are not sincere, you can't work with USB. That's just what I will say. Thank you very much, Mazikai. They will be our friends. Did you hear me?
Yes, we can hear. We hear everything you said, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think somebody joined us before. The person have disappeared again. Okay.
So nobody come up to prove that.
No. I know they will not come. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
God
I
bless
really appreciate it. Thank you.
God bless the United States of Biafra.
Yes, it's a. So, my people, we have come to an end of this live broadcast. We are going to, we may come back later broadcast if need be. But please make sure you like the video before you go. We have tried our best. This is 2 hours. So please make sure someone say exactly there are darkness and evil. That's from Ngozi Maureen. Yeah, welcome. Greg, I hope you're okay, right?
Yes, I'm okay, my brother. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. See you again. Take care.
Later.
Bye.